This is Martin Moodie for the Moodie Davitt Report at Kansai International Airport's newly opened, new look Terminal 1 airside area. And underneath that giant advertisement from Chanel, we're riding down the escalators, having come through the new immigration zone, and we're heading into KIX Duty Free that we've been reporting on live on our site over the last couple of days. And I'll just show you how a customer enters this store. You'll see this transition zone replete with some advertising from well-known brands. Digital advertising is with MC Deco. As you can see, the rest of the advertising run by the airport in-house. Lots of bouquets there from brands and partners congratulating Kansai Airports and Lagardère Travel Retail, which is operating here as a support partner, and a very important one at that, to Kansai Airports, providing a whole range of services from a supply agreement to assisting really the whole operation to become what you are about to see is a very impressive retail offer indeed, and a major transformation for this airport. And you'll see right at the start in this short film how we're seeing the international brands that anchor the front of the store. Dior and Lauder to my left, and the blockbuster Chanel over to the right. So instead of Japanese brands at the front, we're seeing the most illustrious international brands, and that's a departure from the past. There's plenty of fine showcasing of Japanese brands, though, I can tell you in a moment. We'll experience them in a while. Just taking some of the digital here, and just have a look at some of the design touches. You see the splashes of pink all around. They evoke the famous Sakura cherry blossom, Japanese cherry blossom, so synonymous with this country. And it lends a lovely soft feeling to this beauty department that probably represents around 70% of the total offer here. So this is the core department, as it were. We'll have a look at wines and spirits later, but really I'm just going to let the images tell the story. You'll see the big, wide, open aisleways. They need to be, because crowds have been pouring through here today. This is opening day at this new airside facility, opening day for KIX Duty Free, and also the quite expansive luxury and specialist retail offer that lies beyond this walk-through store, and also an extensive food and beverage offer. Let's just turn back on ourselves now, watch the passengers all coming through. And let's just follow their path, and you'll see the curve, and that rolls around to the left very gently. And we'll just take in some of the brands as we meander through the store, as no doubt many passengers will. And you'll see a roll call of famous brands: La Mer from the Estee Lauder companies, La Prairie, Guerlain, Dior, all looking $1 million. Take you up to the ceiling so you can again pick up on that beautiful pink hue. A real brand emporium here. Longcom over to my left, and straight ahead of me, Chanel with a very, very strong presence. You saw the brand as you entered the store, and now you're seeing it again. Quite some crowds coming through this morning. This must be thrilling for the Kansai Airports and Lagardère Travel Retail teams. They've put a lot of work in here over recent months, I can tell you. And to see not only the heavy footfall, but the very encouraging penetration and conversion today is encouraging indeed. Let's show you one of these features. That's the Sakura Cherry Blossom. Beautiful, isn't it? Pre-order pickup going on over there to my right. And of course, you'll recognize this brand. Virtually synonymous with Japan. You'll see lots of travel exclusives throughout the store. This is a whole Japanese zone here. Shiseido in front of me, another Shiseido group brand, Clé de Peau. You see the Ginza over there, Elixir, and others. We might take a look at those in a moment, but let's just walk back towards the main aisleway. There's Polar right in front of me. Again, you'll recognize Decorte, very, very strong presence here. I was at the HQ of Kansai a few months back to interview the chairman, and what a story that company and that brand has carved out over recent years. So much to take in here. There's SK2, of course, as one would expect here in Japan, with a very strong, very lovely presence. Probably you can pick up some of the brands on the back wall. We'll just pan around. Let's just close in on them and give you a look at the range and depth of the lineup. We're over in the color section, as you can see. Brilliantly colorful at that it is too. Lots of newness and some exclusives, as I said earlier. Let's have a look at this from Clarins, brought in especially for this opening. Look at that imagery, isn't it just sublime? Okay, let's take a walk down this aisle and pick up some of the color. To the right, there's Tom Ford. Valentino. Just got to pop back to SK2 because I just love the way this brand stands out on shelf. Givenchy, Albion, household names right and left of me. Armani, Yves Saint Laurent, Bobby Brown, MAC, just over to my left, Hermes, beautiful display of their fragrances. More color. There's a great shot at every turn here as you walk through this store. The beauty department, very deep indeed. Now over to the left there, you'll see a cashier point, and the beginning of the tobacco department. We'll just look back down the aisle. But it's not over yet, the beauty department. There's my good friend, Mr. Bones. I meet Mr. Bones all over the world of travel retail. A rather big family, and always a welcome sight, iconic sight. And look at the depth now of the store, and you'll see as I walk in from here quite a lot of newness. Some clean beauty brands. It's Clinique from the Estee Lauder companies. And this is Baum, a brand from the Shiseido group. I believe it dates back to around 2020. And that's a clean beauty brand, a sustainable, eco-conscious beauty brand that's got off to a very good start. Very much a brand for our times. Gosh, the store's busy this morning. There are customers everywhere. L'Occitane has introduced some Osaka specials. Let's see if I can pick them up. I was looking at them yesterday. There's a holiday set, beautiful colors. And a beautiful back wall. Maison Margiela making its debut here at Kansai with its popular replica fragrance. There's Penhaligon's, as always beautifully displayed, and niche fragrances in general, but niche fragrances in particular are growing here fast, as they are throughout much of Asia. Right, we'll see if we can wander through here, and the staff graciously moving aside as we pick up more brands. So we're nearly 15 minutes into this film, and you can see just how extensive this department is. Jo Malone, always very popular at this time of the year as a gifting option. I have a strong suspicion I might shop there tomorrow when I depart as a passenger. There's Moroccan Oil, Elizabeth Arden, again strong in this market. And over to the right there, you'll see the beginning of the liquor department. Now I'm going to cover that in a separate film, as I will do with tobacco across the way there. But I'm going to close out on beauty. In this 15-minute film, I hope I've given you a good impression of the store, and I'm standing well into it now. We're watching the very steady flow of customers coming through. Plenty of shopping being done. And one can truly say that KIX Duty Free has got off to a rip-roaring start. This is Martin Moodie signing off from Kansai International Airport Terminal 1 for the Moodie Davitt Report.